Hello friends, Tony here. In this video I want to show you what's new in the Laravel Livewire version 3. The first one is now Livewire is hosted in the laravel.com. So you can navigate to the livewire.laravel.com and here we have the Livewire. You can go to the documentation and see documentation for version 3 and also version 2 and version 1. Okay, I have created a Laravel project, is empty project. Just I have create a project with the breeze. And here also I have created this database. And now let's start and work with that. First I'm going to create a post. So I'm going to make a CRUD for posts and show you what's new in the version 3 of Livewire. I'm going to open the terminal and say here artisan make or PHP artisan make model, and the name of the model and the name of the model is going to be post, and I'm going to say -m for migration and F for factory. Okay, now let's open the VS Code and I'm going to open the posts migration, and here I'm going to add a title and not slug, but I'm going to add text or body. Okay, let's save. Let's close this. Let's go now to factories and post factory. And here I'm going to use title and body. Just remove the user ID here. Save, close. Now let's go to the seeder, database seeder. I'm going to create a new user, and then also let's create some post factory. Let's say create 5 posts and use create, not like this but like this. Okay, let's save, close this one, and now open the terminal and say artisan migrate fresh -seed. Let's close this, also close this, and let's open the browser. Let's log in with that user. So I'm going to zoom it and say test example, add the password, hit enter. Okay, now we are here. Now the first thing, let's go and install the Livewire. So on the Livewire, to install Livewire, go to the installation. We are in the beta here. It's not released yet, the version 3. So let's copy this command and on the terminal paste that in, hit enter. Then if you want, you can run the PHP artisan Livewire publish config to create the configuration file for the Livewire. And let's open the terminal, paste that in. Okay, that's it. Now by default, the Livewire injects the JavaScript and the CSS assets, so we don't need to add the Livewire styles and Livewire scripts. First change from version 2 to version 3. So open the VS Code, go to the resources, views, and in the layouts, go to the app layout. Here we don't need now the JS because it's going to add it automatically. And this JS has the Alpine, but we don't need because the Livewire is going to come with Alpine. And now we are ready to go. Let's go and create, on the terminal I'm going to create a new Livewire component. I'm going to say artisan make Livewire, and let's name it post index. Hit enter. Okay. Now to the post index, what I'm going to do, I'm going to display all the posts. So first let's open the app, and now inside the app we have Livewire, not inside the HTTP. Also with version 3 is this new inside the Livewire. Here we have post index. And here I want to get all the posts. So I'm going to say posts, and it's going to be post all. Right now, let's save and let's display all the posts inside the Livewire post index. So to this one, first I'm going to add a class to this div to say max with 6XL, MX auto, and then I want to display here a table with all the posts. So I'm going just to paste it right here, and let's save. Here we have a table, and I have added ID title, and this is empty because it's going to be the edit button here, and then make a for each post display post ID and post title, and just string edit here for now. Let's save this. Now also we need to go to the web routes and create the route, and I'm going to add that route inside the middleware group. So let's say route get /post and use post index here, and also I'm going to name it post index. Good. Now let's save, close this, and I'm going to open the navigation and copy this nav link, duplicate, add here the post.index and say post. Good. Open the browser and let's see now here. If I refresh, yeah, we have posts, and if I click now here, you can see the Livewire page component layout is not found. The Livewire by default is going to look inside the components layouts directory and for the app layout. It's not looking for this app layout anymore. So inside the layouts app. But if you want, you can go to the components, create a new layouts directory and create the app layout there. But if you want to use this layout, you can go to the post index class, and here we can say layout. Okay, and here say layouts.app like this. If I save and come here and refresh, yeah, here we have all the posts. We need also to run the npm run dev. And this is working also with the version 2, Livewire version 2. So, okay, but in the Livewire version 3, we have a new way to add the path of the layout, and that's it. So let's remove this. And that's it, using the attributes. So here we can say hash and square brackets, and inside we can add the attribute name. So for this one we need to add the layout attribute and say layout, and inside we can specify the name, which is the path, which is layouts.app. We need to import this attribute from the Livewire attributes layout. And with that, now if I save, is the same, refresh, just layouts and refresh. Yeah. Okay. Now this is new in the version 3 using the attributes. Okay. Now if I go to the dashboard and go to the post, as you can see, we have this reloading here. And with the version 3 also we can go to the navigation, and here we can use the wire navigate. And this wire navigate is like a link component in inertia, or next link and next link, if you have used that. Now if we add this wire navigate to any anchor tag, let's go up here. Now if I click to the dashboard, as you can see, we have like a single page application, very fast. Okay, if you go here to the nesting components and reactive props, so I'm going to do something similar we have inside here. Let's open the terminal first and let's create a new Livewire component. I'm going to name it post count. I'm going to display the count of posts. So let's open the VS Code And let's go to the post count here. And here first we are going to receive, so let's say public $sign post. We're going to receive the post. And now we can say here count is going to be this post plural post count, like this. Let's save, close this one. Now let's go to the Livewire post count, and here I'm going to say total post is going to be, and just display that $sign count variable. Okay. Now in the post index, let's use up here, I'm going to add a div, and inside let's use the Livewire component, which is post count. And now let's add posts here, which is going to be equal with $sign post. Let's close this. If I save now and let's open the browser, refresh, as you can see we have total posts and 5. I'm going to add the button here to create a new post, and you can see it's going to update or not. So let's come up here and let's add the button. And when we click to this button, I'm going to say wire click. I'm going to call an action. So I'm going to say store post, and let's say store post or new post. I'm going to say new post like this, and let's save. Now let's create this method in the post index method with that name, and I'm going to say post model. I'm going to use factory and create, just that, like that. Now if I come here and refresh, here we have the new post. If I click, the new post is created, but the total post is 5. If I click again, yeah, it's 5 again. Now if we add the reactive attribute, so let's copy that, and here we have the exact same thing. So let's go to the post count, and up here let's add this reactive attribute. Let's import from Livewire attributes reactive, save, and let's go on the browser and refresh. Now if here we have 7 posts. Now if I click and say new post, is automatically update also this one. New post, yeah, 9. Okay, this is new to the version 3, so the reactive. Let's close this one, and also I'm going to remove this for now. Go to the post index blade, and let's remove also this. And I'm going to say just, now this is not going to be a button, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to add an anchor tag and say href is going to be /post/create and say new post. And for that now I'm going to create a new component. So let's save this first. Let's create a new component, and I'm going to name it post create. And also let's create one more for the post update. Let's open the VS Code and let's open the web routes. Create 2 routes here. So let's copy and paste this. This one now is going to be post/create, and I'm going to use the post create class. Also the name is going to be post create. This is going to be post/ the ID of the post, and then /edit. And I'm going to use the post update here, and also the name is going to be post edit. Let's save and let's close. Now let's open the browser, and if I refresh and let's say new post here, we navigate to the post create, but we have the same error, the component. So let's open the post create, and let's add here the attribute. So hash square brackets, and the layout attribute. And here we can specify layouts.app. Okay, save, and let's see on the browser now if I refresh. Yeah, here we have. Now let's add the form here for our project. So in the Livewire post create blade, I'm going just to paste here the form. Okay, so I added here the div with classes and the form wire submit save, and then a label for title and input for title, and say wire model title, and the error for the title also, and the same for description, wire model description, and the error for the description. Okay, so here we have the form. Good. Let's open the post model, and here we need also to add protected fillable, and just remove this user ID, save, and close. Okay, now in the post create, let's create the title and description attributes. So we can say public $sign title to be empty string, and let's copy and paste for the description. So let's say here description. Okay, now let's create the save method. So we have use here save, so let's create that method save, and here I'm going to say post model create, and add an array with the title and description, and say this title and this description. Return and redirect. So let's say return $sign of this redirect, and I'm going to redirect to the slash post. We need to say not description but body, and also here body. Refresh this and say test store, and here we have the test. Good. Now let's work with validation. And if you go to the Livewire version 3 now for validation, yeah, we can validate like this, but we have also rule attributes. So now we can add this attribute rule and say required and so on. So let's copy this, open the VS Code, and when we have the title, add this rule attributes. Let's import this from Livewire attributes rule, and I'm going to do the same for body, and then I'm going to say right here $sign this validate. Okay, save and see. Now if I refresh, go to the new post store, now we have validation right here. Okay, that's also new in version 3. Now what's new in version 3 also is we can create a form objects. So here you can read more about that, but let's go to the terminal and create a new form object for posts. So artisan and say Livewire :form, and the name of the form, which is going to be post form. And this is going to create a class inside the Livewire forms. So if I open the Livewire forms, here we have this post form. Let's open that, and I'm going to move the public title and body cap and move this logic here to the form. We need to import the rule in here. So attributes rule, save, close this one, and now say public post form. Let's inject that form here. Now we say post create, not this title, but this form title, and also here this form body. Okay. Also on the post create, or we can say, we need to say here form.title. Also in this one, form.title, and the same for this. So form.body, and for the error, form.body. Now if I save and let's open the browser, refresh, store, yeah, we have a validation, and we have used now the form to validate that. Also we can move this logic. So let's cut this, go to the post form, and let's create a method store, and I'm going to paste this one here, import the model, and not form, but here now we need to say just this title and this body because the title is in here. Let's save and let's open the post create. Now instead of this, we can just say this form, not save, because we don't have the save method, but we have store method in here. So this form store, we call that, and then we redirect back, and let's see if it's going to work. First refresh, store, we have validation, post from form, something here, let's say store, and now we have the post form from for. Okay, so you can create a form object and move all the logic for form in that form class, and here just inject that and use that one. Okay, now let's work with the edit the form. So let's open the post index. Okay, and here when we have this edit, I'm going to add the link. So just copy this one and say not post create, but I'm going to use the route post edit, and we need to add here the post ID and say edit. Also let's add some classes. I'm going to say class with the text green 400, and on hover I'm going to change that to say text green 600. Let's save, let's come here and refresh, and yeah, if I click, we navigate to the post one edit. Same thing, we have this error, so we need to specify the layout, and let's open now the post update and say here layout, import that layouts.app, refresh. Okay, now we can use the same form for the update also. Okay, so if you go here, you can say you can read more about that, create, and then we have the update post, and first we need to inject the post form, and then on mount we need to get post, yes, and on the post form we need to create this set post. So let's copy, and also we need to create that inject the post model. So let's copy that, and let's open the post form. First let's come here and say public post $post. Okay, then let's say set post. We need to have a post here, and first say this post equal with $post, then title, and this is going to be body. Okay, and we have the store method, which is for store, and we need to create also the update method. Update, and on the update also the same thing. I'm going to just paste that in. Okay, so we have everything good in the post. form. Now let's go to the post update and start and work here. First, we need to say public post form $form. So inject the form object here. Then we need to create the mount method. So method mount, and on mount we need to get the post $post, and then here we are going to say $this and call the form set post $post. Here we pass the post, and in the post form we have the set post method, and then say this post equal with $post and the title and the body also. Okay, now after that we need to create the save method. So method save, and the same thing we have done in the create, we need to validate, call the not store but update, and redirect back. So let's copy this and let's go up here, paste it in, call the validate, then this form not store, because the store is going to store new post, but the update we need to call here. So let's say this form update and then redirect back. Let's save that. Here now we are not rendering the Livewire post update, but the Livewire post create. We are going to use the same form. Save here, and let's see on the browser. If I come here and refresh, go first to the post, and let's say this one, which is test, edit. We have test and test. If I say test updated, we have test updated, and let's see for the validation if it's going to work or not. Store, we have validation here. You refresh, remove this bug, store, and now yeah. Okay, so we can extract the create and update in the post form, make the logic all here, and then inject this post form to the post create and post update, and just call that this form store. Also this validate here. What we have new in Livewire version 3. Yeah, we have a lazy loading. So let's do this kind of lazy load in the post index. Here when we say h1, I'm going to add the Livewire component, which is post count, and here we need to add also all the posts, so $posts, and I'm going to say lazy. Okay, let's save this, and now if I come here and refresh, yeah, as you can see, it's going to take a delay to display, but let's go and add this kind of the placeholder. Now you can add the spinner or what you like here inside. So let's copy that and let's go inside the post count and paste it right here. Let's remove this SVG, and I'm going to say just loading for now. Save, come here and refresh, and as you can see, we have this loading at the first start. Okay, that's it for this video, friends. The new features we have in the Livewire, maybe we have more, but what I have seen so far. And if you like, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video, and see you in the next one. All the best.